Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's edition of Sketch Sunday and hashtag 30DSCBL Revisited, where Crystal and Amber and I, every week we are revisiting a sketch and a layout from one of the series. There were 5 series in all from Christie's Beautiful Life, for 30 days of sketches. And this week, I chose the sketch randomly, and it's a Laura Whitaker sketch, so that made me very, very happy. And we are going back and we are revisiting day 3 of series 3. So let's see what I did for this week. Oh, and by the way, did you see last week, Crystal blew my mind. Crystal, not only did she do the sketch, but she went all the way back and she found who was playing along with Christy in the original day and scrap lifted her to make it part of the May I Scrap Lift You series. That is just so awesome. So I am blatantly and shamelessly next week and the week after copying her, because I had already done this layout by the time I saw the video, and I'm actually recording this a week ahead, but that is just such an awesome, awesome idea. But that's not what I did this week. So I turned it into an 8.5 by 11. And it's going to go in. I'm working, of course, on my project focus for May, the Amsterdam album, using my How to Kill a Kit with style for May. So I love this kind of, and actually I had quite a bit of photos, but I still think it lends itself perfectly to an 8.5 by 11. And in fact, on a 12 by 12, it might have been a little bit too much white space. Who knows? Anyway, in this case, I stayed pretty true to the sketch. I interpreted these lovely circular elements as some stitching. So I did some stitching, and there's a whole bunch of stitching hidden under here that I stitched and stitched, and then I went and covered up. But oh well, what can you do? You can see this one quite well, though. Did the bottom here the same way. And here I went with a tag and just a little, it was a journaling card that I put behind the photo here. Popped the photo up on foam. Did it exactly the way it was here, falling off the side a little bit. I guess the little difference was my title as opposed to being here. I put my title along here. I just thought it was the perfect place for it, and it fit perfectly, using my Happy Life thickers from Paige Evans, Neighbourhood. So this is the little hotel that we stayed in when we were there in 2005. It has since become a Ibis Styles hotel. In the day, it was a lovely little family-run pensione. And I went for the first time to Amsterdam in 2005, but I loved it so much that on the way back up and on the way home, sort of in May of 2006, I stopped again. And this little hotel was closed at that point for renovation, I think it said, which made me very sad because I couldn't stay there. And I have since found, searching on the internet for a photo, that it has become an Ibis Styles little hotel. This is the grocery, and if you remember when I was talking about the project focus, this is one of the photos that I went to get on Google. And really the whole idea behind here is the very first night that I got to Amsterdam, decided to go buy a few snacks and water and stuff like that to have in my backpack for lunches and, nuts and dried fruits and some nice energy type food. And lo and behold, already in 2005, in the grocery stores, there were no bags to be found, not even for sale, which is a good thing, but that was not happening over here yet. So when I left, I was not prepared for this at all. So I got to this grocery store and had to carry as best I could. Thankfully, I did have a small backpack, got some of the stuff in there, carried the rest in my hands, but I thought that was a fun story. So I did my stitching. I just did a couple of little layers here in the back, put this sort of like tag-like little embellishment here. The photo is popped up on foam, the little circular elements here, and I added some little circular elements here as well with some shimmery enamel dots. And basically, there you have it. That is my layout. It looks here on the original that there was maybe a little bit of mixed media on the background, but I really liked this paper. I've been trying to use this paper. I've put it in several kits. It's a lovely Paige Evans paper, and I've put it in several kits, never got it done, so I'm quite happy to get it used up today. And then what I did for this one is the fun little thing is just here on the back. So I backed it with just some white cheapy kind of cardstock here, put a little bit of washi tape because my journaling, and I realized that through the early part of this album, now talking about Little Neighborhood and just the daily life was not something that I really recorded much while I was there. As I say, I wasn't a scrapbooker then. So I'm catching up. So July 2005, again in May 2006, Amsterdam was such a highlight that I went back towards the end of my trip in 2006. We could not stay in the same family-run pensione as it was closed. It reopened as an Ibis Styles hotel. I loved my stay with the prior owners, a lovely family with a beautiful dog who greeted us at breakfast every morning. On our first night, we went straight to the grocery store. They had no bags. It was already bring your own all over the city. We were steps away from the Heineken Museum and the largest market where you could find everything, enjoy people watching, and a coffee at the Internet Cafe. There was a lovely little brasserie type restaurant on the corner, and on the first night, the owner sat with us, offered us a beer. The whole city seemed young, educated, vibrant, and environmentally conscious. So that we'll get into that album. Another one of the project focuses for May done. And I quite like this one. So please don't forget to pop on over to Crystal's channel and see what she got up to today. And then Amber over on Instagram. And we will be back next week with another 30 Days of Sketches Revisited. Have a wonderful week. Bye.